Good morning, another day, another vlog from Funchal. I'm starting off in the centre, right next to the cathedral, at a cafe called Pão de Deus. And we're going to try another Pastel de Nata and see if it's as good as Nata 7. Going to continue that quest. I'm also going to find a waterfall. I've not been there before, but apparently there's a waterfall just on the outskirts of Funchal that looks quite interesting. So we're going to go there, and I'm going to give you an update on the problem in Madeira. One of the biggest problems in Madeira for me. Some of you have been asking for an update, so I'm going to give you that. And then we're going to meet a guest who's going to appear in the next few videos. So we're action-packed today. Let's get inside the bakery and order breakfast. All right, inside, full of locals. This is more of a local place. Kind of standard for Portuguese bakeries. You have the breads and rolls, and you can order cheese sandwiches, ham sandwiches. We're here for the sweet stuff, and oh boy, do they have it. Look at that, cream-filled, like eclairs here. Ones with chocolate on as well. Got all different types of cheesecakes. Brigadeiros, this is quite a famous Brazilian-style dessert, and then that cheesecake. Look at that cheesecake. But we're not here for these, we're here for traditional stuff. Actually, even over here, I think this is like a Christmas layout, but it shows all of their products which they sell. They, of course, have the bolo de mel de cana, the honey cake, and then all sorts of biscuits. Look at these. These are the ones made with egg yolks. When I was in Lisbon, I saw loads of these. Egg yolk desserts in Portugal are really popular. However, we're here for the Pastel de Nata. Do they have them? Of course they have them. Pastel de Nata and queijada. Lots of local desserts here. This is more the local section. They also have this, Pão de Deus. I think we're going to get one of them as well. Bom dia, Pastel de Nata, Pão de Deus e garoto descafeinado, faz favor. We've got it. I've got to say, it actually looks quite nice. It's not too caramelized on top, but on the bottom, on the base, you can see how golden and crispy it is. But I can already tell it's cold. So that's going to be my first complaint. But to be honest, Pão de Deus, Pastel de Nata, garoto, which is like a small coffee with milk, decaffeinated for me, €3.95. Not that bad. You can sit inside, you can sit outside in this seating area. You're right next to the cathedral, and this was one of your recommendations. Someone commented and said, this place, this cafe right next to the cathedral, this bakery right next to the cathedral, did the best Pastel de Nata in Madeira. So, we'll save that one. I want to show you, we'll let you wait. I want to show you the Pão de Deus first. You can see, it's a brioche style pastry. On the inside, you have that rich, I mean, the color of it is so rich with those egg yolks and butter. And then on top, you have coconut and egg yolks dusted with icing sugar. Yeah. That is very good. Very, very good. Sweet, of course, it's naughty. You can definitely tell that. Get the crunch from the top. It's like crunchy on the top with that desiccated coconut and sweetness. And then you get that rich, sticky inside of the brioche bun. Very, very good. That one really is perfect with the coffee. And you know what, that's a popular breakfast one. What they do sometimes is they cut it open and they have cheese and ham on the inside. Cheese and ham on the inside with that sweet thing. I don't think that's going to be for me, something like that. But if you're in Madeira and you want to try something traditional, something local, beyond Pastel de Nata, Pão de Deus, or queijada that we saw, but Pão de Deus is a really good bet. All right, and now the big test, the Pastel de Nata. I'll show you again. Nice on top, really crunchy and crispy on the bottom, it looks like. Looks like it's well made, but how does it taste? Okay, you can see on the inside they're really generous with that custard on the inside. I would say maybe the custard on the inside is a touch too sweet for me. And actually I didn't see the cinnamon and I didn't see the icing sugar. I just realized that, so maybe that's a little point down as well. But in terms of the Pastel de Nata itself, it's very good. But it is cold, guys. And that does make such a difference, such a difference. Like, it was probably made today. It definitely tastes fresh. It doesn't taste like yesterday's Pastel de Nata. However, it does make a difference. I don't know. What would I give it out of 10? So Lisbon was the 10 out of 10. Nata 7 was the 8 out of 10, especially when you get a warm one from them. Maybe a 7 if you don't, but when you get a warm one, an 8. But I don't think you'll ever get a warm one here, unless you're like literally here at opening. So I would give it a 7. I would give it a steady 7 out of 10. Not bad, but it's not the best. So if you think you can beat this place and you think you can beat Nata 7, tell me in the comments where your favourite Pastel de Nata is, and we'll continue to try and find the best Pastel de Nata in Madeira, recommended by you, pitting against mine. Let's see. Also, if you want to find more good food like this, you can check out my food map, scan the QR code, or find the link in the description. Over 180 places to eat, to drink, all across Madeira, and there's a combo deal that you get it with the travel guide as well. Definitely worth getting if you're visiting Madeira. Anyway, I'm gonna jump on the bike. I'm gonna go up a little bit, up the mountains of Funchal, or up the hills of Funchal. I'm gonna go and find this waterfall. So I'm gonna see you guys up there, and then we'll go on a quest to find this mystery waterfall. Right, we made it up into the hills above Funchal. Funchal is just down here, actually. And there was nice views coming up on winding roads. But wow, we have a stunner. We're in, you know, residential, rural almost, Funchal, right up by Mont. Had to come through Mont, so up the steep hills. You definitely need a car or a bike to get here, but we're gonna find out if it's worth it. It might not be worth it. But what I can tell you is it's colder up here and it's wet. I saw the rainbow down there and I thought, oh no, it's gonna be raining. But lucky I have my big jacket. But it's definitely colder. You definitely feel the temperature change. And we are, unfortunately, in a little bit of a rain cloud as they pass through the mountains. The views are spectacular. But apparently along this path that we're going to walk along is a waterfall. And I didn't think there'd be waterfalls, proper waterfalls that you can go and see. Oh, look, we're in Madeira. I was going to say we're in rural Madeira, but this unfortunately is how it is. We're going to come on to that with the problem with Madeira. We're going to come on to that after this waterfall. But you can't really walk anywhere here without being barked at. There you go. You've got the views of Funchal down there. Very pretty. But let's see how this opens up actually around here. So it looks promising. Not been here before. Oh, okay. So it changes onto actually a walking path. It's not a lavada, but it changes onto a walking path from the tarmac. Wow. Look at that. I can hear water. Oh no, maybe it is water down there. But wow. I have brought my hiking shoes, Timberland hiking shoes, because I thought it's going to be muddy. Since we're in winter and you can see, with all of the rain, I mean, the land really does bog up and you get landslides and rock falls. So wow, that is a boulder. Jeez, I'll show you that in a second. But this really is an issue here. And they have to look after it a lot, you see, actually on the roads. So if you're driving around Madeira, well, we'll carry on walking. Why am I stopping? We're walking to a waterfall. If you're driving around Madeira and you look on the road and you see there's lots of patched up holes in the tarmac, or there are holes in the tarmac, that's not shoddy job. That's because the rocks and the stones are falling off the cliffs. Can you imagine if it hit your car or fell on you? Look at that. Crazy. So that's come all the way down there. Slipped down and ended up here. Mega. And now that would just stay there. But when it goes into a road, obviously people have to come up and take it away. You've got eucalyptus. This is eucalyptus. Just coming to the eucalyptus belt. But yeah, a little bit muddy underfoot. But nice to be in, well, fresh air. We're still in the city. But nice to be in fresh air and a little bit of nature. Who would have thought? Just probably took me, I don't know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes max. I was being a little careful because it was wet, and obviously on the bike it can get a little slippy. I'll stop doing this each time I see a nice view, but I think you probably need to see it, don't you? Wow. Well, this place is interesting. It's like it's been carved straight out of this rock, and it probably has, to be honest. But you know, it's giving me some weird vibes, because it reminds me of a place, a very somber place in Thailand on the Death Railway. If you've seen the movie The Bridge Over the River Kwai, or you've heard of that. And it's where the Japanese used the captured British, Australian, American soldiers, and they made them carve out this railway through the rock. And it looks, well, there's a passage of it that looks like this. Now, this obviously wasn't built in the same circumstances, I'm not saying that. But it's given me those visuals because there is literally a place that looks like this, and you can see the claw marks where they've dug out from the rock. So interesting to be transported back into that memory. But yeah, not the best thing. But I thought I'd mention it. It's interesting, isn't it? All right, I think we've made it to a view that is worth showing. And in fact, I think we've made it to be able to see the waterfall. Yes, look at that. There it is, over there. And it looks like you can continue walking around, so don't worry. But this view is amazing through the mountains. I guess this goes up into the main mountains of Madeira. Now the problem is, the problem and the good thing. The good thing is they hide the heavier industry on this island and they put them in the mountains. The bad news is I can hear a truck going up when I can see beautiful river flowing down. It would be nice to hear the water, so that's a shame. But that is spectacular. I've said that a few times, but it really is, with the trees crowning the mountain up there, or the cliff top. The trees crowning it, coming all the way down, and actually it looks like this path continues all the way around. We're not going to do that today. Probably goes up into the ecological park. But let's go walk around and have a look at the waterfall. I tell you, when you get away from the industrial noise, it's quieting down now, or I've come past it where you can't hear it, and you can hear the water of the waterfall, then it's nice. Then it is nice. And we've got more water running down here, but the sound of water, come on. I'll give you a bit of that. With those views, and the valley, and the cliffs, that's better, isn't it? And we made it to the waterfall. It's pretty impressive. I don't know, what do you reckon? 100 meters, maybe? Constant flow of water. I mean, it's been raining, so I wonder if it's like this in the summer. But right now, it's perfect. But I think because it's so high, it's one of those ones that's more impressive as you're further away and you get the large aspect of it. It's like there's a stone bridge here as well, can you see? Better than I expected. And actually walking here was fine. I mean, you need decent trainers or hiking shoes because it's a little bit unstable, but it's easy. It's flat pretty much. Wasn't too muddy, even though it's been raining. It took about 10 minutes, I would say, from where I parked the bike. Let's get the view from the bridge. Look at that. Pool in the bottom. And then that stunning waterfall all the way up. Wow. Look at that. Wow. You can get closer, so why not? Let's be adventurous. I thought I was going to be the only person here. It's a bit hidden, but there's another couple here. Maybe they're walking through. Oh, that's another angle, another perspective. So beautiful. So beautiful. And the way it gets about halfway down and then falls. And I guess it's a lavada that it's falling onto, but then it falls into the pool and then runs down the other side of the bridge. But yeah, if I get you on the wide angle camera, you can really see the scale of this thing. But let's get up here. It's a path anyway. Oh wow, big tunnel. Can you see the tiny dot of light on the other side of it? Oh man, I mean, actually you can see more with the camera than you can with my eyes. And that's not because of the glasses. But damn, I had a torch, had a good torch. Someone gave it for Christmas. Could have gone in there. But I'm not going in there without a torch. No chance. But it is a lavada that runs on the top, actually. We'll walk a little bit along. Why not? I don't know how much I really want to do this. It's a bit like when I was with Paddy, wasn't it? Although when I was with Paddy, it was about 10 times as high and probably a little bit thinner. But let's be careful. He says, yeah, I don't think you can. Probably if you go up here, you can get across to there actually. That would be better. This one looks a bit ragged. No, and it's slippy because it's wet. So we're not going to do that. Stunner. Although all of the droplets are falling off from above me. It's basically raining again. Ah, you can see the bridge from here. There you go. Stone bridges, they're not that many in Madeira. Now, if you know me, you know I was of course going to do this once I spotted it, even though I said I couldn't be bothered. I'm coming on the other side, aren't I? So we're going to see what it's like. Maybe even do something crazy and go underneath it. Although I'm filming with my phone. So that might be a bit tricky. You only live once, right? And some of you will say, yeah, but not for very long if you do stupid things like this. But it's a wide path. It's not on the edge like the other one. Come on, how often are you by a waterfall? I'm glad for my waterproof Timberlands though. There we go. Ah, yes, that was worth it. That was worth it. All right, now we need to be careful because that's death. Yeah. All right, we're safe. Oh, man. Yes. This is where you want the drone. Let's see if we can extend this out. Not quite the same as a drone, is it? All right, considering none of this camera equipment is waterproof, including the microphone, I'm not going to bring it over. But I would like to go underneath. Why not? I've got my raincoat, I've got my waterproof trousers on. Well, they're not waterproof, but they're hiking trousers. Let's do it. Clip you guys on. Well, actually, I might put you in my pocket. Sorry about that. Cold. Cold. Cold and wet. What else do you expect? But that was fun. All right, enough of that. Can't even see now. Let me get off of here, get a bit drier again, walk back to the bike, and then let me tell you about the problem with Madeira and a little update on my frustrations with that problem. See you in a sec. All right, I've come back home to tell you about the problem. Better to do it in private than to be speaking in public when you're talking about problems, I think. However, just before I get into it, I want to remind you guys that I'm throwing a leaving drinks on the 7th of February, and it's open to all of my subscribers. If you're here, it would be great if you could come along. So you can scan the QR code and register on the form, and I will send you the details. I just need to know numbers, basically, and I need to choose the place based on that. If you don't want to scan the QR code, you can find the link in the description and let me know that way. However, if you are around, please join. It should be good fun. Should be good fun to interact with each other, meet each other. Should just be a nice evening. It's going to be afternoon or evening time, so people can finish work or do what they're doing in the day and then come along. But yeah, QR code or link in the description. The problem with Madeira, the problem I've been talking about. Some of you might have guessed, it's the dog problem. Now, I won't go into too much detail of the specific problem, or maybe I will, we'll see. It's probably going to be a little bit of a rant, but someone asked me, what is the update on this? Because I made a video on this a few months ago and put a petition there about just how badly dogs and cats and other animals, it's not just dogs, but how badly they're treated in Madeira, especially in residential areas, even in the city. I'm not even going to say especially outside of the city, because it's not true. But you do see it very visually, I would say. When I was doing my hike across the island, I saw it a lot in the countryside. But you hear it a lot in Funchal. Now, I'm particularly impacted by it here. Now, there are two sides to that, aren't there? There is the public disturbance side and the annoyance side, that you're woken up by barking dogs. This morning, I was woken up by barking dogs. I'm going to play it now, actually. I was woken up at 4:30 by barking dogs. fun, right? And they barked from 4:30 until 6 o'clock. And I could not sleep because of it. So there's the annoyance side of it, there's that. And then the other side is just the animal cruelty side. Like, this is not how to treat an animal. And whether it's chained up or caged up or neglected, or it's just barking the entire time, that is not a way to treat an animal. And it's not just a handful of people on the island, it's everywhere. Dogs seem to be an accessory, guard dog, right? And I hate it. It's not on. It's one of the, I think I put it on the title as the problem with Madeira no one talks about. And that seems to be the case because no one does. Everyone seems to think it's fine or it's just part of being in Madeira. Now, go and watch that video. It will give you more information on it and there'll be more clips in there of what I'm actually saying because I have evidence. I'm not just saying it. It's not just my annoyance. However, what is the update? What has happened, the person asked me. Have people taken, or people, have the government taken steps towards solving it? No. What do you think? The answer is, of course, no. The petition has nearly 2,000 signatures. It needs 7,000, but it's stupid because you can only sign the petition if you are a resident in Madeira. In fact, you can't even get on the website if you are outside of Madeira. So it's restrictive, it's annoying, because I think that video got, 13,000 views. You would get that quite easily, I think. There was enough sentiment in there, or, agreement in there that it was a problem. Anyway, I'll link it in the description. If you haven't signed it and want to sign it, please do sign it. However, I received a lot of backlash from that video, including some threats, if you can imagine, from locals, from people who live on the island. And some would tell me to F off. I'm a foreigner, I have nothing to do with it. Leave the island if I don't like it. Why did I come to live here? Blah, 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 blah. Forgetting that I'm here on a European passport. And a lot of the things on this island was bought or built with European money. So that's funny. It doesn't quite work like that. You can't have both sides of it. However, the justifications I had for some of that also was quite funny. And I guess that proves, or it doesn't prove, but it shows why, one, it happens, and two, nothing's being done about it. Because I had all sorts of things, just off the top of my head. I had someone tell me, in the Bible, this is how it is. It says that humans can use animals for their work and how they want to use them. The Bible says it, so it's okay. Yeah, good luck. And what else did I hear? I heard that animals were kept like this because they're killing rats. And it keeps the rat population down. Yeah, brilliant. And then I also heard that people come into the gardens and steal the vegetables. So, they're there to put people off. Yeah, brilliant, again. All sorts of things. Every excuse under the sun. Honestly, there are a lot of good ones in there. For me, there's no excuse. It's shameful. It's disgraceful. It's a stain on the island. And it's like that side of the island is stuck way in the past. Things shouldn't be like that. There is no excuse for it. There is no justification for it. The good news, and probably the only way to have a real impact, because let's face it, if the government doesn't really care about it, the government knows about it. There's a law in place that says dogs should be silent, for example, between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. That's ignored, for sure. But it's the cruelty side of it that gets me. I will start ranting again. The cruelty side of it gets me. Anyway, the good news is that I actually had a lot of comments, both in my Instagram inbox and also in the comments of the channel, or of the video, saying that I was thinking of moving here and I'm now not going to do that, or I was thinking of visiting and I'm now not going to do that. But I don't want to support a place that treats animals like this. And fair play, because that is the only way that this is going to change. I live here, yes, you'll say I'm a hypocrite. I'm leaving, remember? And one of the big factors of it is that, both from a moral perspective and of an annoyance perspective. As I say, I've been up half the night because of it. All day, every day, I can hear it. Go on the cable car. If you're a tourist, go on the cable car and listen carefully when you're coming down or going up. I did it with my grandfather a month ago. All you can hear in Funchal is dogs barking. It's a big problem. And when you see them chained up, and when you see them caged up, or when you see them ignored, it's just heartbreaking. right? And frustrating. And like I said in the main video, I've tried to speak to the neighbors, nothing. I've tried to speak to the police, nothing. So what do? You know, boycott, essentially. Anyway, I'm gonna go on, but the update is nothing has changed. Be aware of it. Do what you can, raise more awareness. And if you have to boycott or leave like me, so be it. But yeah, I'm gonna scrub up and we're gonna go out and grab some food and I'm gonna introduce you to the person who's gonna be in the next couple of videos. I made a friend. What's your name? Yeah.
Lorenzo Silva.
Mario Silva.
Lorenzo Silva.
Lorenzo Silva.
Silva.
Well, prazer. There you go. I know enough to say nice to meet
Silva.
you.
Okay.
Okay. All right, guys, evening time, and I'm back at Lido's Tavern. Back for the best poncha, I think, in Madeira. At least that's my opinion anyway. But I'm not alone this time. I have a friend, an old housemate, let's say. She's a bit nervous to be on camera, or ex-housemate, as she says. Bit nervous to be on camera. Should we turn your mic on? This is Clara. You lived with me for what, 18 months?
Yeah,
And you've come back for a week to buy a property.
I have, yeah. It's been under construction for 2 years now, I think.
2 years.
Yeah, so
So, what better, she's just landed, what better than to come out for a poncha, something you've been craving, and a steak sandwich, like we did the other night. But it's so good here, I just had to show her. So,
I'm very
poncha?
excited. I've been craving this for like a year and a half.
What, seeing me or the poncha? All right, poncha. I know if you watched the other video, you would have seen how poncha is made, but I've ordered a different one this time. I've ordered the lemon poncha, and actually Clara has the original, so the one you saw last time. And if you didn't see it, you're gonna see how it's made again. So it starts with fresh fruit, zest. Obviously lemon poncha starts with lemon zest, as you would expect. So zest out and into the jug. A lot of people do this in jugs. I like this big Coral beer jug.
The Coral jugs, they're good because they have a thick bottom,
Yeah.
so it's easy to work.
So you can whack it.
Exactly.
Exactly. So sugar. Sugar's next. Sugar in your poncha, and you think it's going to be sweet, but trust me, he'll balance it. And then you bash it up. Remind me, what's this called?
This is the,
A poncha
the stick that you beat the lemon
It's
out of.
a stick, isn't it?
It's a wonker stick.
What? It's tickled her.
I didn't want to say it last
Yeah,
time.
last time he froze.
gentleman.
Last time he froze, and his face, he
I
looked
was
so
caught
scared.
off guard. It was like,
So you do this to really get the, you know, the oils out of that lemon zest. How many cups go in?
2.
2 cups?
It's always 1 for 1. So
Okay.
1 rum, 1 juice. Independently of the juice that you use, it's always, well, it should be always 1 for 1.
Okay. And then
It makes
with-
everything well.
With this
so-
stick, with the little dick, the
Exactly,
Carolino,
the Carolina, the little dick,
you would get that emulsified into a solution. Get all of that sugar.
and then it's
Mixed in with
like
that.
last time. It adds the extra flavor for the rum or for the poncha. In this case,
And then it's the fruit. And obviously, as I said, this case, lemon. You don't need to be a genius to work that one out. Fresh lemons will be squeezed for their juice.
un moment, madame, s'il vous plaît.
And then mixing up again. Mix, 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 mix.
So it
That's
does
the
help
secret.
that the lemons are quite juicy.
Yeah, look
they're
at the
full
size
of
of
juice.
them. Can I pick it up?
Yeah, of course.
Look at the size of that. It's like as big as my head. And then sieve it into your jug. Get rid of the pulp, get rid of the zest. Make sure there's no seeds, of course.
A little bit of honey,
Yeah.
loads of rum,
That's the secret, because most people...
loads of
Ah, yes.
lemon juice. Okay.
Look at that. And this isn't fisherman.
This is a lemon punch. The fisherman,
More
well, the
alcohol,
way that I make
less
it,
honey.
it takes no honey, just sugar, the
Yeah,
fisherman.
okay. And more alcohol?
No, 7 ml.
Okay, just about balance then.
So all the punches that I make, they are always have the same amount of alcohol, independently of being passion fruit, tangerine.
So then it's just about the balance. Excellent. All
This
right,
is
so
your-
now you guys know how to make lemon poncha, and if you watch the other video, you know how to make poncha regional.
The colour difference.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Right, coming in. I've got the camera, you grab the ponchas. Let's go try them. All right, well, cheers.
Cheers, Bob.
How was that? How was that seeing it being made?
There's a lot of
Steps,
labour
right?
that
Yeah.
goes.
I was surprised because if I was making it, or when you see other people make it, you know, they'll twizzle it up, however you want to call it. Spin it up, twizzle it up. They'll do that for not very long.
That technical term.
Yeah,
Twizzle.
That's what he said. Didn't you hear him? But they won't do it for very long.
Yeah.
Whereas he goes and goes and goes. So, Saud.
Saud.
Oh, that one is good.
Oh, yum. Oh, you can actually taste the honey in it.
Try that. I know I'm. Let's remind myself of
sick?
this one. Yeah.
I prefer mine.
Wow, wow, wow. Well, that's the good thing about differing opinions. I would say I like this because I like the sour flavor profile. This one also has a kick around the chops, this one.
Yeah, but this one is more floral because you can
Yeah,
taste
yeah,
the
yeah,
honey.
the honey in it.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, you taste the lemons, which is kind of what I want. But why I like this one so much is normally this is just super sweet, like super sweet.
Yeah.
Or this one, the lemon, when you get it elsewhere, it just, you know, you have poncha and it just whacks you around the face and all you taste is alcohol.
Yeah.
Why I think he's so good is because the balance. Like, you taste the honey, you taste the poncha, you taste the lemon, you taste the orange.
Yeah.
Like, it's so easy to drink.
Is that the only difference between his poncha and poncha on the
Balance.
rest of the island?
Yeah, balance,
of it.
I think. I think balance and quality. Like, he's making it with care.
Yeah.
Not everyone does. Some just want the numbers out. But
Well, you
like,
said it was like fresh lemons as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Like,
But like so balanced,
Yeah.
right? Cheers. Welcome back.
Hey.
Oh, want to eat?
Yes, I do.
All right, let's get
Especially
food.
if we keep drinking poncha.
Oh yeah. This is the first, maybe not the last. Right, food has arrived. Same as last time, really. So I'm not going to spend too long on it. But it's prego steak sandwich, steak, cheese, ham. Absolutely smothered in garlic butter, how it should be, and then with a portion of fries. So I'm not going to tell you what it's like. Clara's going to tell you what it's like. How is it? Thumbs up? Thumbs up.
2 thumbs up.
Well, Clara's going to appear in some videos over the next few days. Maybe we're going to have a look at your apartment that you bought, do a little tour of that so you guys can see what it's like buying somewhere in Madeira. And then we're going to go on a hike. Yeah?
My favourite activity.
We waited for that for a long time because...
I've been trying to drag you on a hike for years, Jay.
Yeah, because my ankle's been bad, but it's healed now. We're going to go on a hike.
Excuses.
And we're going to go fresh potatoes. So maybe 3 videos with this one in. So you can find the next one right here. Take care, guys. Ciao.
Boa noite.